Good morning. This is kind of a rainy, messy Saturday. I went in early this morning. I couldn't sleep. All the things that's going on personally with me, I've been struggling with my sleeping just a little bit. So a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. I mean, we're in the process of changing supervisors at the day job. We're in that. I mentioned my fiance or ex-fiance now is planning on moving, and she's trying to get her stuff together to get out of here. That's not really an angry thing. I think it's more of a personal decision on hers and my own parts. Things just wasn't working out as we thought together it would. But today we're going to, I think I've already shot a clip of something I've got on here. I'm not sure what's all going to be on here, but mainly today in the shot part. Oh yeah, I know what it is. There's a clip of me practicing some golf or in the backyard. You know, my shoulder's getting better. And so also this week we're going to try to finish getting the machining done on the pencil holders that we're going to send out. I don't know if we're going to do much of anything else today or in these videos. I have a future video that I'm going to work on, and it'll probably be next week's video. In case you haven't seen, and I may go ahead and I'll probably I won't put the link in this week, but Gregg Halligan, Halligan 142 on YouTube, he received his tool holder. He done an extensive review on the modified tool holder. And I want to do sort of a response based on what my machine does. I was really amazed at how well his machine performed. So that's going to be a future video of me showing about the tool, what my plans are for some more of those tools for myself, and some other things of that nature. That's probably going to kind of tie into the videos that we're going to be making. One of the things that I've learned is it's not always horsepower, it's also rigidity. My little Asian lathe just doesn't have rigidity that I can really take honking cuts with it, with the tools. And I've often argued that, but we'll get into that at a later date. So I'm going to get back with you. We're going to kind of finish up on what we're working on today. Hey, this is going to be in one of the video clips. I'm going to do a little bit of practice in my golf game. I'm going to kind of walk this down here and show you one of my practice tools. I don't have to always go to the driving range. This is what they call a rope it. You'll notice there's the golf ball, and it's hung on a rope. And then they always tell you to weight it. And I've got an old gold gym weight that I got from my ex-wife, one of them. And it's just got a nut welded to it, and you can see the bungee cord. I'm just going to kind of set the camera up here in the trash can a minute, and I'm going to hit a couple of shots before I cut it off, just to kind of show you what I'm doing. As part of the weekend shop talk, we do more than make machines. I took up golf after I quit competition kart racing because I broke my back. So I'm not an expert golfer, so folks don't take easy golf lessons. You see, that's right why I ain't an expert golfer. That's why I get the backyard and practice, and that was his favorite. And that's why I'm working, because I haven't played very much. Miss hits happen all the time. That's why I get in the backyard. I'm trying to get kind of practiced a little bit. That was just bad. See, we can do a little bit. That's better. A little bit low, but that's better. That's what you're trying to do. Probably, I kind of, without getting into golf lessons, you'll get them up in the air with this if you hit them the right way. You're probably playing ball back a little too far. One of the tendencies when you hit the ground on golf. That's better. Now that's what you're supposed to do, folks. Now I'm not going to bore you with me practicing my rope string. What we've done here, and I've got it set up, is pretty simple setup. Basically, we've got everything on center, and we're going to basically plunge down in this thing enough for the magnet to stick. Usually I plunge somewhere around 75 thousandths or so on these magnets when I make these things. These things are about 150 deep, so if I go about 75, I got some stick out. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through the first one, and I'm going to do the rest of them on camera. So basically all we're going to do is just crank the mill down, and I got your bird's eye view and let it touch. We're going to call that 0. And we're going to feed down into the part about 75 thou or so, 50 to 75. I usually like to go about 75. Then I gotta go more or less. Stop. We're just taking a look here and see what we look like. Because what we're looking for is to get enough space there for that magnet just to fit down in there good. And we're not trying to want the magnet to fit in there that much interference. So try to keep it away from the tooling, obviously. Okay. All right. So all it is just plunging down in there. Great. Contact. Let's say that might be a little off. We're not trying this again. It's not a precision instrument. Go about 160 thou both directions. Then I'm going to just roll it back to 0. We'll just stop it off. Have us a look. All we're looking for is this magnet just to be able to fit in the pocket good. It's going to need a little more. So you got to allow for the curvature. We're using an end mill, so we got to allow for the curvature. I originally figured 200 thou, and I thought that might be a little bit much. But it looks like it's going to be 200 thou either way. We'll give it a little spush of air and see how it looks. Again, all we're doing is making a little end mill slot just for this magnet to fit up in. And that's all we're after. So and we want it to fit up on, no, we're going to have to go more than 200. So we're going to have to get her on down there. And we want to make sure this magnet's going to fit in it, because what this is going to do is this is going to stick. We epoxy the magnet in, which is what we're going to do here. We'll make sure that this magnet's got enough room that it can sit in there. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take this one out and have a look-see on the bench. And going handheld, sliding on us a little bit. Excuse me, gentlemen. This is the block. You notice there's some stick up there, just enough to hold it. And this is what it's going to look like when the magnet's set in. See, everything's nice and in the center and all. This is one of the other blocks. See, this as it's drilled out. So all we're going to do now is just going to mill the rest of the blocks. Okay, well there's the completed blocks. I drilled them a little differently. Oops, now I've got my magnet loose and hold it in my hand. Okay, and you notice too also I've got this, you know, basically the magnet epoxied in. Now, and so that's the end of that story. Okay, I'm going to do this quick little thing. This is my holder. Now mine, I kind of goofed on it and had to weld it up. Not like the one I sent to Gregg, and I made him a nice fancy little brass piece for his. Just to show you, let me go back and retouch the zero or something. I think that's 420 RPM, and that's 30 thou. I'm going to go ahead and try 50 thou. I think this lathe will good. That's 50 thou cut in aluminum right there. That's pretty healthy little cut in aluminum, 50 thou for my lathe. See, I'm actually pushing the part because it's not that tight. I thought that thing was tighter than that. I was actually pushing the part. It was just sitting in there. I didn't have it tightened up. I apologize for this. Touch it off and redo it again. Take 50 more off. We're going to go ahead and try 75. Well, 75 thou. We'll see if that's better. Notice I got past up there and it started kind of whacking up. And I'll go ahead if you'll cut it off. Now I backed over that. You'll see that finish isn't that good. I'm just going to go up here and touch it up here. Back off a little bit. Just touch it. And we're going to take about a 20 thou finish cut just on aluminum. You see now, My lathe will chatter a little more than Gregg's does. My finish, I got a gearbox. I could probably adjust mine down a little better and get a little better finish. Usually that's good enough for what most things I do. I'll take 2 more. I just make sure it's good and hot. See, that's, again, a lot of that's rigidity of the lathe. That's one of the things I was going to show you. The other thing I'm going to show you about this tool, and we're going to put a link to Gregg's video in. This is the, it's an MVJLNR12 3C. It's a 3/4 inch tool holder. Now what I'm going to do, and we'll probably see this in another video, is I'm going to lay this thing out to where I'm going to probably mill the dovetail in where it'll come out about right there. I'm thinking that's what I'll do. It won't, you know, because I can't get it up as short as I'd like, because I believe I'll get into the clamp. So I'm going to have to mill it about right there so I can use that, those inserts. But that's kind of what this one won't have to be milled down, but I'll just put the dovetail in it. And this was going to be my next project. And this is a, again, it come off eBay. It's a cheap holder. This can come off eBay, and it's a cheap holder too. And a lot of times I do. And just for general information's sake, I bought another 3/4. I bought another 1 inch holder, and this is a brand new one. And this is what these started out. This is what Gregg started out as. It was a Kennametal MCLNR 164D. It was just like this, except the used holder, just like this one right here I got in my hand. And this was a 3/4 originally, so I didn't have to mill the bottom. What I run into with my lathe is here. The other thing about this lathe versus Gregg's, these Asian lathes are a lot weaker up in here than the South Bend is. That's why I can't take those healthy cuts. And it's just the nature of the beast. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, well, I've got my safety glasses still on from doing the filming and doing my machine work. This week's video basically is, like I say, I throw some extra stuff in, obviously. I've done a quick thing on the tool holders, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take another iPhone picture of it, and I'm going to put the link in to Gregg's video. The actual link, and so you can go back and look at what he did with the same, it's basically the same tool holder, and that's going to be part of this. The 2 blocks, I'm not going to quite reveal. Well, they'll be getting them in the mail. 3 of those are going to Randy Richard. He's seen me make these for my job, and he asked for them, and asked me would I make him some, which he's been sort of helpful to me. And the other 2 is going to James Kilroy, who's so kind to make the camera mount, and I sent him some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of him with a couple of them too. I don't use them in my own shop. Really, probably ought to. We use them at work mainly. I made them for the day job because to have pencils and things handy. And these I made them with a little bigger holes, even though the sharpie should work in a smaller hole just to give them a little bit extra range. So I'm going to package all this stuff up, and these guys will be getting them in the mail pretty soon. And you know, I'll probably mail them Monday. And the video's being made Saturday. I'm going to probably work on posting it maybe this afternoon or in the morning, depending on what my schedule and what time I have. And you know, like everybody says, you notice I have a set of, these are prescription safety glasses. This is an old set from my day job. So I always wear them when I'm in the shop. Please be careful while you're in the shop. Try to be safe. I won't my subscribers to be safe. I want everybody to be safe. We want to leave our shops in the same shape we came in. That's preached to us on the day job. Sounds like good advice. You want to, if you're doing this for a hobby, you don't want to hurt yourself. So please be safe. So without any further ado, that's this week's Shop Talk. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy the very first clip about me trying to hit a golf ball to strike. So till next week, we will talk to you later.